One thing for sure, Kirby Smart sure loves Georgia fans.
Yeah, I don't think he's the right guy. I know he's the right guy because, like I said multiple times, I don't really pay much attention to what our fans say, seek, what they feel like. I don't respond to them. I don't work for them.
I mean, technically, he's not wrong. I mean, I don't pay Kirby. I don't think you do. So I guess he doesn't work for us.
You know, honestly, my job is to put the best product, the best football team I can out there. And I need motivators, leaders of men. I need people that have offensive experience.
Well, once again, Kirby's not wrong. He definitely needs all that. That's a natural fact.
Knowledge. I'll put him up against anybody in the country because of his knowledge, his experience, what he's done, the staff he has. You know, Mike doesn't do it alone. He's got an incredible staff who bring information to him, cutting-edge ideas. I love what they do offensively and how they utilize our player skill sets. And you have to conform the offense to who you have.
I don't think that's the way Signetti does it. I think he finds a quarterback who does what he needs. He makes the players. He finds the players for the way he wants to play.
And I think they've done an incredible job of that with the backs, the receivers, the tight ends, the quarterback, the specialty pieces we have. He's utilized those guys' skill set. And I don't think anybody in the country's done a better job doing that than he has.
Well, maybe you should ask Noah Thomas about that. Has he been utilized to his highest level? I don't think so. His touches were microscopic compared to what he had at Texas A&M. Yeah, he's utilized all of his talent really well.
Yes. We hold everybody accountable in the organization. That's my job. That's what I get paid to do, is hold everybody accountable within the organization.
Well, Kirby, your offensive coordinator has delivered you another 51st place in offense for the country. 51st best offense in the country. That's accountability.
I think good leaders do that. They can separate work from friendship. I take input from those guys. I listen to those guys. They're very knowledgeable. There's a reason why you pay the people on your staff to be on your staff. I think the better staff you assemble, the better coach you are. And I'm a reflection of the staff we have.
So we better stop Kirby right here before he gets himself in too much trouble. Your staff is a reflection of you as a coach. Mike Bobo, 51st in offense, and Schumann, 30th in defense.
I don't look at it as getting on people. I think that's a media thing. I look at it as demanding excellence and demanding accountability to be at a high standard. And I learned a long time ago from somebody that you hold everybody to that standard. There are no free passes.
Well, I'm really glad Kirby cleared that up. A lot of people I know kind of thought Mike Bobo might be getting a free pass on account of he's your buddy and his offenses can't win a big game. It's good to know that they're being held accountable.
So that's my job. And their job is to lead, command their groups, get the most out of their players, and they do a tremendous job of that.
Well, the 2025 season is in the rear view mirror. Now we're headed to 2026. We've already got a champion. Indiana won. Yada, yada, yada. Team that is coming out of the gate, getting ready to take control of this next coming season. On paper, you'd have to say it was Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin in the last 3 weeks has turned LSU into a hodgepodge of Home Depot rejects into hitting the transfer portal and getting all the good key cherries. Spent the most money. Is going to be credited for doing the best in the portal. And that usually is enough. Did Georgia do enough in the portal? It's really hard to tell, because it's hard to tell what Georgia's trying to do. Are they trying to have an impact team with everything they can get and spend what it takes? Obviously not. Is that really the only way Georgia can win? No. Georgia doesn't really have a talent issue, even if they finished in the bottom portion of the SEC in the transfer portal ratings. They didn't do good in the portal, but we don't know if they wanted to or not. Kirby Smart's plan to recruit high school, still be at the top in that, to keep a little loyalty and have players develop in the system and top that off with transfer portal, places where you need some experience right now. It's not a bad plan. In fact, it might be the actual way to go. That was the way it worked in 21, 22, 23, 24. The rules have sort of degraded. They probably were more rules being honored back in 21 than they are now, but the actual template or the actual environment's not much different. I mean, players can come and go as they please. They don't have any reason to stay, and they can transfer on a dime. And Lane Kiffin can come in and scoop up what he wants. That's going to be a gold mine for a guy that knows how to evaluate talent. That's going to be the actual key. Development is always going to be important, but long-term development is not going to help you if they don't stay around, or if you can't win a playoff game while you're developing. Now, they were a young team last year. That was their official excuse. Everybody's young now unless you go to the portal for your whole team. And they're still young to you, and that's really what really matters. Yeah, I guess football experience in general helps. The talent acquisition of Georgia is fine. The talent acquisition system at Georgia is fine. I mean, Georgia's getting enough talent to win football games. What they're not doing is not actually scheming to use the talent they have. Look at Noah Thomas. That guy could have been a game changer for a lot of schools. He got a handful of touches all year. We didn't use his position group effectively the whole season. Well, that's because they don't have a quarterback that can throw. You got to adapt to what you have. That's what Vanderbilt did for 50 years. They adapted to what they had. Didn't work too well until they started getting what they wanted, getting what they needed. So Georgia's problem isn't talent acquisition. It's not coaching talent acquisition. Georgia's problem is they don't know what they want to do on the football field, and the things they think they want to do don't work, and no one should have thought they would. Why would you think it's a good idea to systematically not achieve anything in the first half, because that makes it easier in the second half to achieve something? And look at Georgia's first half performance compared to the second half last year, and the year before, and the year before. We basically are playing half a game. Oh, I get it. We're softening them up so we can punch them in the fourth quarter. Sounds like a good plan to beat Mississippi State, a good plan to beat Purdue, a good plan to beat the dregs of anybody. That'll work. But you could also beat them the same way you beat an Indiana or an Ohio State. And the way you beat those teams is you have a good scheme and you pound them with that scheme and never stop. That doesn't mean you have to score 100 points. If you're going to run the ball up the middle a couple of times and throw a little bubble screen to try to get the first down and punt the football, and you're perfectly happy doing that because it's going to pay off in the fourth quarter, you're not going to win a playoff game. Georgia lost their 2 games last year by less than a touchdown and threw away at least a half a dozen touchdown opportunities in those games, and they did it in every game they played. Georgia's got to start getting points when they're available. And that's the real problem. You can talk all you want about anything and all. Let's talk about the transfer portal. Let's talk about Dabo Swinney. Let's talk about Lane Kiffin. Let's talk about Kirk Cincinnati. Let's talk about all those guys who are getting in the headlines because they're actually winning big games. And we are just outside that bubble because we just need a couple more points. Well, the defense ain't no good no more. Defense is good enough to win a championship. It definitely needs to get better. That doesn't mean you don't fix the offense. That's like a guy saying he's got a broke leg and a broke arm, and he's using the broke arm as an excuse for everything and ignoring the broken leg. If your offense can't score in the first half, I mean, that's pretty bad. And we don't score in the first half. It's not like we don't get close. We have opportunities. We just don't take advantage of them. And that's the knock on Bobo.